Hi, my name is George Tanos. I'm a former IRS agent, and our topic for today will be the Practitioner Priority Service. Let's begin with what does the IRS say about Practitioner Priority Service? And I quote, "Practitioner Priority Service, your first point of contact for account-related issues." Now, our Practitioner Priority Service is a professional support line, and here is their phone number, and please do write it down, 1-866-860-4259. Let's repeat that, 866-860-4259. Why is it important to know what Practitioner Priority Service is all about? Well, you can retrieve many information from them. You can retrieve account transcripts, meaning that, okay, I filed a return back in 2003, I want to know the status. So the transcripts will be either mailed to you or faxed to you. It will show you the date the return was filed, the date that the tax was assessed. It will show you if it has been under examination by the IRS, how much money is owed on that return, and so forth. The other thing it will you will need Practitioner Priority Service for is if you have a client that hasn't filed in many years, and have had several of those, 10, 15 years, 5 years, you can call Practitioner Priority Service and get the income and wage transcripts as well. So, let's go ahead and begin. So if you're in business for yourself and a client comes to you and they inform you they haven't filed in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 10 years, and they don't have any records, so what do? Well, that's very simple. First and foremost, what you want to do is engage your client. So when you join IRSTaxUniversity.com, we give you a sample engagement agreement. And under the marketing section of IRSTaxUniversity.com, we also tell you what we charge, and if you wish to follow what we charge and use it yourself, well, that's very good. So you engage the client. Secondly, what you will do is you will need to sign a power of attorney. Well, now there are two forms. The 2848 is only available to enrolled agents, CPAs, and attorneys. And part of the IRSTaxUniversity.com, we discuss the entire 2848 with you. So make sure to watch that video as well. The second one is Form 8821, which is Tax Information Authorization. So either one, go ahead and get it signed. Once you get the signatures of your clients, what you will do then is call the phone number 1-866-860-4259. You will be placed on hold. Somebody will answer, customer service representative. They will give you their ID number, and they will start asking you questions. Are you calling for yourself or your client? So you tell them, no, I have a taxpayer here. He or she is a non-filer, and I'm calling to retrieve income and wage transcripts for years 01, 02, 03, 04, 05, let's say. So they'll tell you, okay, do you have a valid power of attorney? You say, no, I do not, but I do have one with me here, but it's not with the IRS yet, and if you'd like me to, I would like to fax that to you. And they'll say, go ahead, put me on hold and fax it. So you go ahead and fax it. They receive it. Now they can discuss the issues with you. If you have never filed a power of attorney, you will be assigned a CAF number. And if you have already filed a power of attorney with the IRS before the date that you are calling them, a CAF number will already be assigned to you. So you will tell the account representative that you need the wage and income transcripts, you need to file the returns, and that's how it's done. And this is very helpful when you have a client that has unfiled tax returns. Now we have an entire topic on the unfiled tax return subject as well. Now, the second thing, as I told you earlier, you have a client that owes the IRS money, and you need to establish a payment plan, but they are unaware of what years they owe for or how much they owe. So you need to either do a payment plan with the IRS or you need to submit an offer in compromise. So you go ahead and you ask for record of account transcript, and you tell the customer representative from the IRS that you need a record of account. Usually what I do, let's assume they tell me, I think we owe for 2001 up to 2007. So when I do the power of attorney, I will go ahead and get one from 1995 through 2007. And I tell the account representative, I have a power of attorney that goes back to 95 to 07. Tell me what years they owe for, and I would like you to either fax me the transcripts or go ahead and mail them to me, because I'd like to have them on hand and see exactly what happened there. And therefore I will know what they owe for, what years, how much they owe, the interest, the penalties applied, if there's ever been a bankruptcy filing, because sometimes clients don't tell me these things. I really need to know. And more importantly, if you're submitting an offer in compromise, on the 656 form, you need to list all the years that you're submitting an offer in compromise for. So that's another area why we would need the transcripts. Another one is, let's assume your client owes money. Well, there's only a 10-year statute of limitations from the date of the assessment, so you need to also know the assessment that the IRS assesses that particular year tax return. Another thing that we will do is, let's assume that there is a revenue officer on the case of back taxes owed, and we haven't heard anything yet, so I can ask Practitioner Priority Service which office has it, which group, and their telephone number. And then I would call that particular phone number and tell them, hi, my name is so-and-so, I'm representing so-and-so, I have a power of attorney, I've been told by Practitioner Priority Service that the case is assigned to this group, I would like to speak to the revenue officer of this particular individual tax return. One more thing you will notice on a transcript is that, let's assume your client is a non-filer, and here we go. This is very important again. And the IRS has already prepared what we call a substitute for return. So we will get the account transcript. It'll show SFR prepared, the date of the assessment, how much money is owed on it. So what you would do then, once you prepare the return and you file it, it will supersede the substitute for return. When the IRS prepares the substitute for return, let's assume there's 1099s issued. Well, they don't know the expenses associated with that 1099, so the tax assessment could be huge. Your client might have a loss for the year. He might have received a 1099 in the amount of $100,000, but his loss is $20,000. Well, the IRS will assess the entire income of the $100,000 for your self-employment tax and the personal income tax. So what you do when you prepare the return, you will ask Practitioner Priority Service about which service center you need to file that substitute for return. And aside from the things I discussed with you today, practically any IRS question you might have, just call Practitioner Priority Service and ask them. That number again is 1-866-860-4259. Again, if you get stuck at any topic here, we do have a community. Go ahead, join us, log in, ask your question. We're here to help you. And join us and learn everything you need to know about how to represent your client if you're in business for yourself. That way you'll add money to your bottom line for your tax practice. Or if you're a taxpayer with an IRS problem but can't afford a professional, we welcome you. So do join us, pay your little fee, and you will learn a lot. I guarantee that. So I thank you for watching.